know the difference between their ratio, we can equate it to that amount, because he said Ata received this more than Kwaku. It's the difference between them. That's amount side. So we have gotten that. Now, what is the difference between their ratio so that we can use it to write our proportional equation? Simple shortcut process that I'm offering to you. Examination is for smart people. So if you agree by this principle, they meant to identify what the amount or the quantity belongs to, equate it to its proportion. So if the difference between them is 5,000, it might be equated to the difference between their ratio. Simple. You are free. So let's find the difference between ratio. So difference in ratio is equal to what? 5 minus what? 4 over 9. Producing 1 over 9. Do you agree? Ata is 5. Kwaku is what? 4. Difference in the ratio is that. So therefore we can write if 1 over 9, which is the difference in their ratio, is equal to 5,000, which is also the difference in the amount. So difference must be equal to difference. Total must be equal to total. Ata must be equal to Ata. Kwaku must be equal to Kwaku. This is what we call comparison. Are you getting it? So we are done. Then what is he asking for? So examination, you don't go straight away and look for how can I get what is it. Obey the principle you know and apply it. Finally, you get the answer. The moment you see a question like this, what you must behave. How much profit did they make? If you're asking for how much profit they made, it's total, isn't it? How much? Because what are they sharing? They are sharing profit according to the question. So if he asks you how much profit did he make or did they make, it means he's asking for the total profit. Is that not the case? English. So what is the total ratio? 9 over 9 will give us what? If 1 out of 9 is 5,000, 9 out of 9, we are expecting more, isn't it? So 9 over 9 divided by 1 over 9, that's if more, let's divide times 5,000. Simple process. Please go by this, you are free. So you go to check other books, you see a whole page is used to solve the same question. They will find Kwaku, find Ata, find difference, and finally. So 4 or 5 different steps. I'm giving you the shortcut process. Find the difference between the ratio, equate to the amount. If more or less divides, you are free. Hello. So let's calculate it. So fraction 9 over 9 divided by, so normal division, that fraction 1 over 9 times 5,000. Those who are not permitted to use calculator, you know what to do. You do your calculation. So the answer is 45,000. This is what they shared. So assuming you worked and you got 40,000 or 4,000, it means you have done something wrong somewhere. Because the difference between them cannot be 5,000, only for you to know that the amount they shared was 5,000 or less. That's impossible. So these are some of the analysis you must also do. Alright, let's move to the next question. Good. The next question. 2 men invested 1,200. Sorry, that's 1.2 million and 1.8 million in a business. How much should they share a profit of 300,000? If they agree to share in the proportion of their investment, right? They agree to share it in the proportion of their investment. So the proportion is determined by their capital contribution to the business, right? So you reduce it to the lowest term and use it as proportion. And let me guide you to make it faster, right? Sometimes you can cancel, but to make it faster, put the smaller proportion on top if there are only 2, right? And divide. So I think there are 5 zeros each. So I cancel 5 zeros. I cancel 5 zeros here. Remaining 18 and what? 12. So I put 12 on top. So 12 divided by 18. What do I get? I get decimal. Press SD, it gives you fraction. So it means 2 to 3. 2 over 3. So we get 2 to 3. You know proportion is ratio. So you put, if there are only 2 proportion, 2 people we are sharing for, divide the smaller one by or put the smaller one on top, divide by the bigger one. It will give you a simplified fraction. Then you apply it. Simple. So this is the ratio. Total ratio will be equal to what? 5/5. Now let's go. They are sharing it according to this. So we say, how much should they share the profit? So we calculate on each person's profit, right? So if 5/5 is equal to 300,000, like we have been doing, so I'll not repeat the same statement again. Total must be equal to total, and what they are sharing is total. So 5/5 equals 300,000. Then what will be first person share? He said 2 men. He didn't give names, so he said first man. Do you understand? You can say first man, second man, if it doesn't give a name. Alright, so 2/3 times 300,000. Why? If this equals that, then 2/3 equals what? If more or less divide. So 2/3 divided by what? 5/5 times 300,000 gives you answer. What do you have? So 2/3, 5/5 is the same as what? The same as 1. So I can choose not to bring it. So fraction K, 2 divided by 3 times 300,000. I get 200,000 for the first person, the first share. So that's 200,000 for first man. Second man is what? 3 out of, it's out of 5. Sorry for that. It's 3 out of 5. Because the total fraction is what? 5. Are you okay? Total ratio is 5. So 3 out of 5. So don't clear everything. Just move there with your back arrow and put the right key there. It gives me what? 120,000. So 120,000 for the first person. 120,000 for the first man. Second man is 3 out of 5 divided by 5 out of 5, which is the same as 1. So I can choose not to write, times 300,000. So I'll just go up and change the number there. Back arrow. This one is 5 rather. So 3, giving me 180,000. So the first man is what? 120,000, and the second man is what? 180,000. Let's check which one is correct. Let's check. Can you see there? Option D is the correct answer. Isn't it so simple? So simple. You can also choose to subtract the first man, since there are just 2. Subtract what the first man got, which is what? 120,000 from the total, which is 300,000. You get the same answer. A boy cycles 7.5 kilometers to school in 27.5 minutes. Find his average speed in minutes per second. Find his, first of all, average speed in what? Sorry, meters per second. We have done this type of question before. Should I leave it for you? Then give me a feedback on that. What do you do? Convert, because he gave you the distance in kilometers and he's asking for the answer in meters, and the time too he gave you in minutes, asking for the time in what? Seconds. So you just convert before you write the average speed. I know average speed, I've explained further. Distance over time taken. Average speed equals distance covered divided by time taken. So quickly let's convert. Kilometer to meter, what's the conversion rate? Yes, 1,000 meters equals 1 kilometer. You know that. I've explained further why it's like that. Then, meaning 7.5 kilometers. What do you expect? We are going to minute. We are comparing what? Kilometer to what? Kilometer. So if 1 kilometer is 1,000 meters, 7.5 you get more. So 7.5 divided by 1 kilometer, kilometer over kilometer, times 1,000 meters. You are free. So virtually the same as 7.5 times 1,000. Now if the zeros are at the top, you move right. So I can move 1, 2, 3.